Welcome to Screen Sleuths. I'm your host Chris, and we're back again to deep dive into Dark Matter Episode 5. In this video, we will discuss the episode overall, and among other things, why the box sank, and most importantly, why Amanda is the reason Jason can't get back home. So go ahead, clear your mind for about 5 seconds, and let's jump in. Man, is this show picking up steam. It was a little slow out of the gate, but the last 2 episodes have us cooking with gas. The title being wordless is a perfect fit. Right off the bat, the tension is turned up to 11, the stakes are raised, and we see how dangerous navigating the multiverse can be if you are not totally honest with yourself. And both Blair and Jason too are very clear that the conscious and subconscious mind must be on the same page if you even want a chance of navigating the multiverse successfully. And if you're wondering why the box is sinking, it's because the second they open the door, the box exists physically in that reality, like it did in the snow, the forest, and the desert. Except this time, they're in the ocean. Yeah, a much less forgiving environment to say the least, but once the door was shut, they returned to the 4th dimension corridor. Now after this very close call, Jason 1 tries a new tactic. He starts writing down what he wants in an effort to force his mind to focus and prevent it from wandering. Which is a good plan, right? Yeah, I thought so too. So why didn't it work? Well, because of Amanda. Let me explain. If you listen to my episode 4 deep dive, you heard me explain that when 2 pilots enter the box together, their multiverse experience is shared. This is the same reason why when Jason 2 takes Layton into the box for the first time, he instructs him to clear his mind for 5 seconds, which was just enough time for Jason 2 to focus on their destination without Layton's thoughts polluting the quantum coordinates he needed when he opens the door. However, Jason 1 and Amanda aren't using this technique, not yet anyway. Every time they go through the door, the results are a mix of their minds. We never see one of them clear their mind. If anything, they discuss topics that will hyperactivate their subconscious. They are under the impression that the box is reacting to the thoughts of the person physically opening the door, when in reality, their experience is linked. And in this episode, they use the conversation between Blair and Amanda to highlight just how different Amanda and Jason 1's end goals really are. Because, let's be honest, despite her outwardly expressing the same goal of getting back to Jason 1's original reality, this is another case of someone not being honest with oneself. It mimics the opening scene when Jason 1 tried to mask his real feelings with positive thoughts, which was unsuccessful to say the least. The fact is, Amanda subconsciously doesn't want Jason 1 to rejoin his old life with Daniela, nor does she want to rejoin her old life with Jason 2. Not that anyone can blame her after what she found out about him. It's her romantic feelings for this version of Jason that's what's keeping them from getting back to his original reality. And sure, while it seems that they begin to hone in on the original reality, her subconscious influences really start to shine through as we discover the unfortunate status of Jason's family situation. In both realities, the people that she sees as a blockade to the happiness she wants are no longer involved in Jason's life. Okay, with that said, let's bounce over to Jason 2 and Layton 2. In last week's episode, I said giving the keys to the multiverse to Layton 2 was super dangerous just because he's so self-serving, and that looks like it's the case. We can even see the God complex growing in him from scene to scene. But, without a doubt, Jason 2 knows this, which is why he's so threatening as a character, because he's treating every world like cannon fodder to achieve his personal goals. He didn't seem to search for Blair, he hijacked Jason 1's life, and then at the same time is changing it to fit his own narrative. And worst of all, he's unleashing someone like Layton 2 into the multiverse, knowing the effect that it could have, which just further illustrates how far he'll go and what little regard he has for anybody else's life. Okay, but what else did we learn from this episode? Well, the giant wasp coming back with Blair confirmed that depending on the level of self-awareness a creature has, the drug is not required to travel between realities, which is a pretty terrifying prospect. In the last video, we also theorized that if the drug was to wear off while you're in the corridor, your destination would be directly linked to the last thought you had while the drug was still working, and you would not revert back to your original reality, which was confirmed in this episode when they arrived in Blair's facility. And we now know that a reality with a box can be sealed off, that another box will not just manifest if someone tries to travel there after the box has been sealed. Now, how this works, we're not entirely sure. But, in my opinion, this is done by either keeping the box permanently open so it cannot support the state of superposition, or physically sealing the door shut so you would see the door in the corridor, but you wouldn't be able to physically open it. Lastly, I feel like we got two low-key important pieces of information. One is Charlie's peanut allergy, which to me could be a catalyst to expose Jason 2 as an imposter. The mention of the candy brand that does not exist in Jason 1's reality leads me to believe that there's something specific that Jason 2 is using as like a totem to be able to return to his reality without issue, similar to the items used in the movie Inception to distinguish a dream from reality. So, where do we go from here? Well, with Jason 2 now aware that Jason 1 is free and undoubtedly learning how to navigate the multiverse, the race is on, which means Amanda and Jason 1 will either need to get on the same page quick or they'll need to go their separate ways. But I also think that Daniela learning something is just not right with Jason 2 next episode is going to inadvertently prevent Jason 2 from sealing off the box in time. And that will wrap up this episode. Thank you so much for listening. As usual, we want to hear your thoughts and theories about the last episode and the show as a whole, so drop those comments under this YouTube video. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to let me, Rob, and of course the almighty algorithm know that we are on the right track. So, until next week, stay sleuthy.